Hello everyone, this is Swagnozle. Hope everyone's doing awesome today. Today's video I'm going to be talking about seasonal Deadman and what it means for Jagex, what cool things they're going to be doing pretty darn soon. I'll put a link to the developer Q&A that talks about the Christmas event and some other stuff going on, but specifically a large chunk of it is about the seasonal Deadman. So basically I'm just going to give you a TLDR on what's going on and what money's up for grabs. So first of all, the first place prize, there's only one prize, and that is the first place winner, survivor of this Battle Royale-esque Deadman seasonal thing. And it's going to be 10 grand, $10,000 for playing Runescape, which is pretty cool. It's going to be very, very coordinated and kind of crazy. But, okay, so for anyone that is not familiar with what Battle Royale is or what the game mode is, blah, 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 it is a game mode traditionally used in FPSs. And you basically have a finite area and you throw, 100 people into this map, and they have to go find gear, across the land. They already have gear or whatever. Usually they have to scavenge for gear, because if you just had, 100 people with, machine guns and then you just drop them in one place, they just would turn and kill each other until the end. So anyway, with RuneScape, obviously you don't have guns, and pretty much what they're gonna do is at the beginning of the seasonal Deadman season, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a tournament basically. So the top 5,000 players in Deadman mode in general are going to be given an invitation to the seasonal Deadman tournament, which is going to be a 4-day long tournament, wherein they start at level 1 and they get as much stuff in that 4 days. Now, some people are going to be playing a lot of hours. There's probably going to be a lot of people that are, have multiple people playing on an account to get it as decked out as possible. It is Deadman mode, so it's not going to be safe. It's not going to be safe over time. And actually, as the 4 days winds down, some areas are going to become more unsafe. I guess at the end, I believe at the end, they're just going to throw everyone into a small area, or a small tournament ground, small arena, and just be like, duke it out for the last 50 or whatever. All this stuff is up in the air because they kind of just skimmed over it. I mean, they give us some details as to what they would do, but it was all pretty much self-explanatory. They're not even really sure what's going on yet. All they know, all they know this far is that it's going to be a 5,000 top 5,000 players entered into a 4-day event, and the last survivor standing, or whatever you want to call it, is going to win 10 grand. So to give you an idea, I was watching Bodhi's stream earlier, or he had some sort of podcast thing going on. Of course, him being the most popular streamer, blah blah blah. Who doesn't like Bodhi? Anyway, so he's having this podcast with a few of his mates, his fellow YouTubers, and all that sort of stuff, and they were talking about the possibility of maybe, instead of you starting off at level 1 and then growing from, because then people could kind of, manipulate the fact multiple users on the same computer, multiple users on the same account, maximizing that stuff. And if you have someone in those 4 days that, gets up to ancient magics, and, you can do quests, you can do everything, and, you can obviously still trade. So if you have a bunch of people that are just funneling resources into one person, like a clan or whatever, coordinating this kind of stuff, I mean, if only 30 people have, Ice Blitz or Ice Barrage or whatever, then you're gonna have an issue. Of course, 4 days isn't that long, but you still can consider that you can have someone on that account the entire period of time. And I believe they said the last 2 hours is when they're going to make everything unsafe and all that kind of stuff. Now, in my opinion, what does this mean? Is this a positive? Is this a negative? Does this kill PvP as we know it? What does it do? Well, in my opinion, it's great PR for Jagex to be holding tournaments, because right now Battle Royale as a mode, as an idea, Battle Royale is fantastic. Everybody wants to do, you've got H1Z1, you've got Daisy, you've got so many Ark survival, Ark's a great game. You've got all these little games that are doing, their own well, their general own twist on, or some, some differences on the Battle Royale mode, and putting it in RuneScape and really taking the most committed players in that 5,000 and then giving them, a period of time to really show their stuff and show how efficient they can be, or just show how, committed people are. What I personally think is going to happen, and they said that they did mention in the Q&A, someone asked a question as, well, what if, rot, what if a very, very powerful clan does do this, siphoning, resources into one person, or just they have, let's say, 10 people that are, max gear or whatever, in that 4-day period. Oh, excuse me. What if that is, and then they can just take, the 10 people that gets $10,000, everyone, they just kill off everyone, and then the most trusted person, or the clan leader or whatever, ends up winning it, gets the 10 grand, and gives, everyone else $1,000, because obviously he wouldn't have been able to do it himself, or, top 5, or, whatever, what have you. And would that cause infighting? That was kind of their idea. Is that a thing? And in my opinion, no, because even though the reputation of PvPers as it is pretty low, when it comes to people that are going to be like the 10 or the 5 that are going to be from these very, very popular PKing clans that are going to maximize their efficiency and are going to do this, they're committed. I mean, they've spent hundreds, thousands of hours honing their craft and really like learning this, and then making the friendships along in their clan that has made them, like Rot, for instance. Everybody hates Rot, but regardless, you gotta appreciate a guy that's got like a 300 KDA. Like, that's crazy. And yeah, obviously he's not 1v1ing everyone, and they are doing multi and stuff, but that's still thousands of kills to single-digit deaths, and that is just impressive, regardless what circumstance, is to actually like not be safing the hell out of a situation and then have that sort of KDA. So anyway, I hope this kind of shed a little bit of light if anybody wasn't familiar with Battle Royale or whatever, or didn't really want to listen to the entire hour-long broadcast that they put out over on that old school RuneScape channel, which I would suggest subbing to and watching. I mean, it's just interesting to see their thought process when it comes to development and overall. So anyway, if you have any questions or any comments, comments, look at that. If you have any ideas or any thoughts on Deadman, or the seasonal Deadman mode, or anything, or how annoying all these Christmas trees randomly popping up, like where they shouldn't be all over RuneScape in the past like 12 hours, like, well, what's up with that? Like, just throw it below. So yeah, I appreciate you watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like below and subscribe to the channel for more things like this. And I'll be back tomorrow for more of my OSRS progress series and such. So, either way, hope you all have a good night, morning, evening, whatever you're having, and don't forget to get them gains.